Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Yes, guys, you saw it. We're finally talking about Nigerian money ritual. But before we get there, I just want to say something in regards to Masipa. Okay, so apparently Masipa, his name is spelled like this. I got a few people in the comments. Masipa is my relative. He is definitely South African. My brother, it's good to put your opinion across, but that brother is indeed a South African and we are related. Masipa is his name, and those from Limpopo know, and it's common name, so please respect. Yeah, you see, Sisi, you started well. Please respect the fact that I'm not the one who stated that it was illegal. It was ENCA. More people keep commenting and stating that Masipa is South African. Guys, here's the email address. Masipa can send me a video and show me that he's South African, and I'll gladly make a video apologizing and letting people know that he's South African, because I'm not the one who stated he was South African. And what is weird is the fact that I asked somebody and I said, then why is it that he only had a passport and he didn't have an ID? And that person claims that it was resolved long time ago. If it was resolved long time ago, then why is he being stopped now in December? So I don't know about this guy. I do my research, things come up, and I present them as they come. And what is funny about these people coming in the comments and defending him is that they have not gone to ENCA, they have not gone to their TikTok or YouTube channel claiming that the guy is South African. The full interview is there, where he's being exposed. But you guys are nowhere to be seen there. But for some reason, you are here on my channel, bitching and moaning. Guys, if I'm wrong, I'm the first one to apologize. So just bring me the evidence. Here's the email address, and I'll gladly do a video apologizing. Until then, Masipa. Yo, all right, let's get back to the show of today, Nigerian money rituals. Jolofinas, I hope you guys are going to be watching this and paying attention, because you guys are the ones who are going to be living at risk.
These are the top 10 states in Nigeria with the highest rate of money ritual killings within the last 15 years. And can you guess which state is number one on the list? Pause this video, make your guess on the comment section, and while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Now that you've done so, let's begin the countdown. At number 10, we have Delta State. Coming in at number 9, Plateau State. At number 8, Kano State. Kwara State is at number 7. At number 6, we have a tie, Kaduna and Oyo State. At number 5, Edo State. Number 4, Abuja. Number 3, Anambra State. Now, before we get to our top 2, I need to make some honorable mentions. Imo State and River State. Sadly, they didn't make it to the countdown for some weird reason. Not enough headlines were recorded about them in the last 15 years. Number 2, Lagos State. Coming in at number 1, Ogun State. Do you agree with this list?
Imagine your capital city being the biggest money ritual in your country. Is this not evident that nothing that Nigerians do is ever a good thing? Nothing. If it's not corruption, if it's not fraud, if it's not scamming, it's money ritual. And the sad part about this money ritual,
I see that chairman of the ritualist don't finally enter the house again. He say, blessed the ritualist, so now they call me, they make more money, they enter my accounts. No, so now God, they run them. He say, ladies and gentlemen,
they do it in public without shame, and it's a norm in their country. This is the sad reality that people don't realize, that Nigerians will do anything for money. I mean, anything for money.
I remember we left and went far into the countryside. We came to a small hut, and he said this was where he got rich. He told me to go inside. I believed him, and we found an old woman inside. The man said she was the boss, but she was actually a witch. As soon as I saw her, she said, "I know why you're here." I was really scared, especially when she knew my name, Mifano, without me telling her. I was afraid. The woman said I could become rich or famous. Since I was already there, I listened to her. She told me that to get what I wanted, I had to sleep with my mother. But my mother had died 2 weeks ago. I asked how that was possible. She said I should dig up my mother's body and do what I have to do. Hearing this, I was terrified. I reached a point where I started thinking it was okay to do what the witch asked, even though my mother had died. I thought about how much I wanted to be like famous people, and felt I had to do anything. So I went back to the witch and agreed to do what she wanted. But to be honest, I don't know what powers were using me at that moment. She said I made a good choice and that I would become famous 2 times. She gave me a horn with something inside. It was a small cloth with 7 needles, and she told me to keep it, saying it would be important later. She then told me to find 7 guys to help me dig up my mother's grave at 2 a.m., and then I should sleep with her. I went straight to my friends. Surprisingly, the friends I asked to help were very supportive and acted like what I was doing was normal. Late at night, the young men went to the graveyard. They dug up the grave. Scarily, Ramadan did what the witch told him to do with his mother, and his friends watched quietly and secretly.
Na mamako alikuwa amekaa kaburini kwa muda gani?
My mother had been in the grave for 2 weeks, but her body still seemed fresh when I did this awful thing. I felt like some unknown powers were controlling me. After I finished, we buried her again. It was strange to me that my friends watched it all as if it was normal, and I wondered if some power was controlling them too. They even asked me to introduce them to the witch. I left the graveyard feeling scared and full of regret for what I had done.
Look at the guy. Does it look like he even got that rich?
We left and went far into the countryside.
Does it even look like he's that rich from that message? Imagine sleeping with your dead mother's body for money. For money. And you know what's the worst part about this? It's not just Nigerians that do this. Like, it's literally almost most of these African countries that are doing it. And the worst part is they are doing it to benefit here in SA. That's what is failing. It's failing me. Why are they doing it to benefit here in South Africa? Just watch this. This is what shook me.
Traveling from here to Nigeria, because I had to go to Venda first, try to get my documents in order, get a passport, and then travel back to Pretoria. And then we'd have to move from Pretoria, we'd go to OR Tambo, and then we'd fly from OR Tambo to, what's that, Murtala Mohammed. Is it Murtala or Murtala Mohammed International Airport? You know, we use British Airways, so it was like 6 hours and something minutes, which took time. I'd never been to Lagos. And this was exciting for me because, you know, new opportunities, meeting new people. We found a shuttle ready for us by the airport, and everything was planned, like everything was in order. The shuttle was there to drive us by the Banana Island. So when we got there, it was this beautiful estate. You know, you could easily pick up that it's only for the rich guys. Only people who can afford life can live there. Anyway, about like 3 days to get things done because we had a huge and important shipping back in South Africa. So we had to move fast in Nigeria. But I made a promise that I would one day return to, you know, be there, see things, and then send my greetings and regards to the people on the other side. So yeah, the following day we drove to one village. It was not far, it was nearby, and we went to this traditional healer in a village called Ibeju Lake. Yeah, if I remember correctly. And then the song was called Babloayo. And surprisingly, these Nigerian healers are men of taboo. Like, hey, so they come with these menstruations, so like the pads, zabasazes. They come with those things, and then that's what they use for those taboos. So anyway, when you got to Ibeju Lake at night, because of the ritual that had to be performed, we got there, it was so dark. It was very scary. The experience for me was so traumatizing. I grew up on the streets, thuggish life, but this one was so scary, you know. And I wanted to continue with it because I made a promise to my leader. You know what? I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna live the lavish life. So yeah, I didn't want to get caught as well by the cops, so I had to do it. I had to go through with the ritual. So it came to a point where I had to get inside this dark room. Like, I had to take off my clothes and walk inside this room. When I walk in, it's stuck. And it's a hut. On the outside, it looks like a normal hut. But inside is this room that's so dark. And all I could see was a bit of light. You know, like those burning charcoals that were centered in the center, and besides that, it was all dark. All I could hear was the sound of a chicken and someone coughing. And I was so scared. But I was told that I had to go through with the thing so that the ritual can start working on me. And then I was told what to expect. I knew that was not going to be a smooth ride. So I went through with it, and there was someone in there who would help me. So the guy was helping me with fear. Like he was there to not to talk me through this process or anything like that, but to console me, like to keep me safe, because he could sense or smell fear, and if he would sense or smell fear, he was my way out. He was going. The moment I started feeling fear or started feeling scared, he would tell me, because I remember I felt scared when I entered, and he was like, "No, just breathe, and then you'll be fine." And then he is the reason why I managed to get out of that hard life and breathing. So before going in, I sniffed a bit of coke, and then that helped me to reduce my fear. And I was speaking to the guy, but I never.
Guys, so that I don't drag the episode, this is literally a South African. Can you see that a South African needed money rituals and he went all the way to Nigeria? This is evident that, South Africans don't do the most here in South Africa for money rituals. And the worst part about this money ritual is that in Nigeria it's such a common thing. In South Africa, money ritual is not a common thing. And people will be like, no, Uncle P, it's an African thing. Look at what happened in this village. And this was Zimbabweans.
Morning. Bugan. Ithi veza swabane nalento iplastic lisithile leader. Iplastic lisithela amagama command. Ibaketa yele emlilweni.
When I'm telling you guys that South Africa is under attack in every single angle and shape, guys, this channel is not about disrespecting Masipa. This channel is not about just cooking Nigerians and talking a lot of nonsense, eating here so that this idiot can come and insult me because he clearly has nothing better to do with his life, and he clearly is jealous of the fact that I can eat and afford food. Like, it's about to educate you and make you realize that South Africa is not only being attacked physically, but even spiritually. To the extent that even these churches that are being built in South Africa are built with the foundation of witchcraft. Look at the countries that are mentioned in this video. And these are the biggest countries. These countries are the ones that are causing the biggest issue in South Africa.
In Mozambique, you went and you gained a power called fire by force.
Yes.
In Nigeria, you then went and got a power called back to sender.
Yes.
And then in Zimbabwe, you met a man that can remove objects from somebody.
Yes.
What do those powers mean?
Yes.
And how did you utilize them?
Okay. The kind of power that I collected, in a simple summary, I can say is demonic powers. Because when you talk about demonic powers, you talk about things that happens without human beings understanding. So when I collected them, I was trying to have these miracles happening in the church. Yes, so I went to Nigeria, I collected all those powers, I went to Mozambique, but all these powers, in a way, somewhere, they teach you how to deceive people, because it is not 100% power. The power is to deceive people, but other things is tricks and staged miracles.
And I'm curious how you actually collect it, because you make it sound like a simple procedure. You pick something up at the shop. How do you collect the powers?
All those powers, they have a procedure like initiation. In Nigeria, before they give it to you, you have to join what we call a secret cult. It's a secret society where you belong to this particular spiritual house. And in that, you have a spiritual father, somebody who initiates you into that kingdom, and you serve them. Before you go to the church, you bow down to those altars. Before you do anything, and in the church, you are no longer preaching Christ. You have to preach prosperity. You have to prophesy to people. You have to teach people that demons are following them. So you shift away from the true gospel and you start bringing this end-time gospel.
Sure, I mean, it's compelling stuff.
So guys, if you know your church, they are preaching prosperity. They are always preaching anointing. I'm always preaching. It is so sad that they do all this. And the funny thing is they'll do all this, but they don't do it in Nigeria. They don't do it in Mozambique. They don't do it in Zimbabwe. They come and do it in South Africa, in a country that is already blessed. The reason our countries are the way they are is because of exactly this nonsense. So you destroyed Mozambique, you destroyed Zimbabwe, you destroyed Nigeria, you destroyed Angola, you destroyed Congo. The only African country, and I say African because it's the only African black country in Africa standing, is South Africa. You want to finish it. And then after you finish South Africa, what's next? Where are we going? What are we doing? And all these people with this ritual money, they bless no one. Because listen to this second part of this video that I had cut short.
I have two options. I can use the money for whatever I want and not share with anyone. But I'd lose another family member when the money runs out, so I can get another share. Or I can share it with a total stranger, anyone I can meet on the street. Just a random giving. But giving that money to those people would be redirecting the sacrifice to them. This meant that me giving the money to random people, I would be giving death the direction to their homes. When the money runs out, death comes in. So I had to choose which person I should send death to. I'd then get a bag, which I chose the amount of money to put in so I can give out to people. I chose giving it to other people because I couldn't stand losing another family member. This meant that my family won't be affected anymore. I became a giver, the community's hero, who just drove around. I drove around to strangers, giving them money and sometimes buying them food and clothes. The ritual had worked. This went on for years until I started seeing shadows of the people whom I have given money. They would come to my room every night. I thought maybe I was bewitched. I would have started to go crazy until I realized later on that I needed some help. I consulted and I was told that those spirits or those shadows I'm seeing in my room are all those people I gave money to because I have sacrificed with their lives. I still live with those shadows, and sometimes they make so much noise that I would run out of my own house like a crazy person. I'm so tired of living this life and I want to reverse the ritual. I want to live a normal life again, but now I don't know how. Because
imagine the amount of people he killed through all these years, and now he's tired and he wants to reverse the ritual because he's tired. Guys, that's why I always tell people, be careful when you borrow money or somebody randomly just gives you money. A lot of people have unalived their families unknowingly because of greed, especially women. Especially women. I'm gonna play, I know this is a long episode, but it's worth it. Because this is something that needs to, it's going to save lives. I'm going to play this last video because this is initially what started this whole thing where I wanted to do this episode because I saw this.
We need to talk about this story. A South African girl who visited Nigeria on the 17th of December 2024 was said to have died mysteriously 5 days later, under a very unusual circumstance. Although we are hearing she may have died from malaria, many people believe she may have been used for money rituals. The young lady, who goes by the name of Primrose Felicita Day, left Cape Town on the 17th of December to visit a friend in Nigeria. Now, the friend that she came to see in Nigeria is where we are having issues with this story. Her people did not exactly know what she had come to do or who she had come to see. She is an adult, so obviously her life, her business. However, after she passed, her family got the news of her death. They began trying to make arrangements.
Guys, I just want to pause for a second. So you should be seeing a screen now with the girl where the guy is touching her behind. Guys, ladies that watch my channel, if you are in any form of a relationship and this is how a guy treats you, where he records your ass, he does content with you where your body is being exposed, that man doesn't respect you. That man does not respect you. No man that respects his woman takes his woman's assets and puts it in public. Because there are men out there that are better than you, that have more money than you. They can take your woman away. Why are you marketing her? We men do not market our women. We don't even want women to market themselves when we are dating them. Now imagine a man touching you like this while being recorded by his friends. Does that man respect you? Let's keep listening.
For her body to come home. At the same time, they had questions, but they did not know who to ask until she was linked to a not so popular Nigerian artist named Snazzy Nyanga Emmanuel. I've never heard of him. But from what we could gather, he shuffles between South Africa and Nigeria. At a point, he is believed to have lived in South Africa. And he was the one posting videos of himself and the late Primrose, which caught a lot of people's attention because now it's clear whom she may have seen in Lagos, whom she may have come to see in Lagos, and he becomes the obvious choice to answer the question as to what happened to her. Now, it was said he first shared a video of himself with Primrose having dinner at a restaurant in Lagos. He shared this video on the 30th and captioned it, "Many people that love me unconditionally don't die finish," which was clear he was referring to her. But according to him, this video was made on the 18th of December, the day after she arrived in Lagos, which in my opinion is clear and believable that she had come to see him. Now, people started reaching out to him more often when they realized that there were more videos of the two of them together on his page. So at this point, it is clear that Emmanuel knew who Primrose was, and it was obvious to a lot of us that she had come to visit him. And so many people began calling him out, asking him questions as to what happened to this girl. How does a healthy girl leave her hometown in South Africa to Nigeria only to die of malaria 5 days later? And Emmanuel responded, explaining himself. According to his own point of view, he had known Primrose for 5 years, from way back to when he was in South Africa, and that her first time of visiting Nigeria was in April of 2024, earlier that same year, and that it was possible at the time she had come to visit him. However, he claims that this her second visit in December was not for him, indicating that Primrose has many Nigerian friends, many male Nigerian friends, and that one of them may have been the one who sponsored her coming over for the holidays. And about his dinner with her on the 18th, he said that it was just casual, that they just hung out at a restaurant. You know, one of those visits where she's like, "Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? I'm in Lagos now. Can we chill? Can we hang out?" And they agreed to meet at the restaurant, pretty much insinuating that after this dinner date, she went back to whomever she was staying with, and he went back to his house. And according to him,
guys, I'm gonna pause. If you wanna watch the full story, it is on TikTok. Shout outs to True Crime Daniel. Go through to his page. It's True Crime Daniel on TikTok, and you guys can watch the full story. Jolofinas, your desperation for money, ladies, your desperation for money and doing anything for money will end you unalived. Yes, it will end you unalived. I think we know about gender-based violence and what's happening in this country. And the foundation of all this is money. Now, when you start dealing with foreign men, especially Nigerians, it even becomes worse. It even becomes worse. Guys, you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself, ladies. Even men. Because now, you who is not even involved in these money ritual things, because of somebody else who just decides to give you money out of the goodness of their hearts, all of a sudden, by loyal. The goodness of their heart, by loyal. I'm sitting here struggling, my YouTube channel is not doing well, I'm eating dog food like you people are saying, and then I go outside, I meet a Nigerian nice guy, and he's like, "Hi Bafo, I got you, here's 100,000 rand. He bewitches me, now my mom dies, my dad dies, my children start dying. Because that's why I tell you guys, when I say that I've met a lot of Nigerians. As I'm talking right now, I got Nigerian people that I met yesterday, Nigerian boat drivers that pick us up every single day of our life. And ever since I started focusing on Nigerians content, I don't want to deal with any more Nigerians. I don't want Nigerian friends. I don't want to associate with Nigerians. Because personally, I don't know about you guys, personally, I've never met a Nigerian that does a legit business. Which is true. The reason I stopped associating with them because I started this channel and I started talking about them and exposing them. And I did not want to be a hypocrite who exposes people that I deal with. I don't deal and associate with them anymore. Everything I do, I deal with legal foreigners if I have to deal with a foreigner, but I always give preference to South Africans. I'm not saying South Africans are perfect. I'm not saying, because that guy that was unaliving people and giving people money was a South African who went to Nigeria to get these ritual powers. Guys, sometimes, you know, as much as we all want the easy life, we all want to live a different life, sometimes it's just not worth it. And it's Primrose. It's not Primrose. I don't know what it was called. It's Primrose. And usually most, like the deeper I dig into these foreign countries, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Nigeria, you just realize why you should not associate with these people. You people are asking me, why don't you talk about Angola? You promised us a video. Send me, I told you, I already responded to you. You can donate on this channel, so donate. Guys, if you want me to do a specific topic and you really want me like a copy, donate. I'm getting broke. I need to go shave, you know? See, my bald is coming. I don't have money to go shave. Yo, honest, truthful South Africans. I don't know which direction you're going to be running. Or honest, truthful Africans. I don't know which direction we are going to run. We are our own problem. Unite Africa is definitely not an option. If we are going to unite Africa, it's best unite Africa must happen outside South Africa. Because everyone is coming here because South Africa clearly is gifted. Clearly South African is the chosen land. If there was a Garden of Eden, I wouldn't be surprised if it's South Africa. Because even through the apartheid, South Africa somehow still managed to live with white people, Indians, and everyone else that did them wrong. They're even welcoming them even more. You saw the previous video with Zimbabweans flooding into South Africa from vacation, from holiday. I don't know, guys. Let me hear you guys in the comments below. I'm your boy Uncle P. I love your support, guys. We've obviously reached 3,500 subs. And I definitely know we can get to 4,000 by the end of January. Share this with your friends and family and those ritualists. I'm your boy Uncle P. I love you guys, man. Cheers.